Hello, how are you? I want you to like this page and share it. I got a message for you today. A friend of mine, Cheryl Ragland, she wrote a book called Go For It. I want to encourage you to get this book. I find it very, very encouraging and very motivating. And Patrick Marchie Brown, Patrick has a book called Lost Black Boys, and this book is about how to help these young people today, young Black boys, begin to develop a strong sense of identity. And when you have a strong sense of identity, it gives your life a sense of purpose. When your life has a sense of purpose, it gives your life a sense of direction. And there's another book here that I encourage you to get. It's by William Jackson called When Life Happens: How to Go from Trap to Triumph. I'm reading a lot of motivational things, and I'm encouraging you to get these three books, and there'll be some others I'll recommend. But this is a time that you want to begin to empower yourself and have a ritual that does that. I want you to like this page and share it, because I've got a message for you that's going to make a difference for you and for the people that you care about. I want you to just like this page and share it to as many people as possible that you know that can use this message, that it can bring some value for them, and that it can motivate and inspire them, or just to create some new ideas. Sometimes we just need, in this place where we are and all the stuff that's happening back to back, we need to know that in spite of what's going on, that we have the power to handle it. So I want you to like this page and share it, and also let me know the things that we share with you that can help you to begin to go to that next level. Like the page and share it. One of the things that's very important right now is having consistent exposure to a positive message, to restructure and reinforce a strong sense of mental resolve. And when you do that, when you do it consistently, you're going to see a difference in your life and what you're able to produce. I'm going to talk today about there's nothing as powerful as a made up mind. I want you to write that down. There's nothing as powerful as a made up mind. I want you to look at where you are, something that you want to do, something that you want to accomplish, and particularly something that you tried and tried again and it did not happen, or something that's really outside your comfort zone. I remember what kept me on the sideline. I was suffering from possibility blindness. I love to help people. I have always been a person. I never met a stranger. I like to make people feel good and laugh. It's just who I am. And I believe that we were picked out. We were sent here to bring something here to the planet. I was sent to bring inspiration and motivation and encourage people to get out of their head and to get into their greatness. And so, but when you have these things that you want to do, these things that resonate with your heart, you have some obstacles. You go through some stuff. In order to get some stuff, you got to go through some stuff. They didn't tell us that, that life is difficult, that you're going to fail your way to success. You go through some stuff. So I want you to like this page and share it. Like it and share it right now. So I want you to think about something you want to do, some major goal that's important to you. And I thought about this morning. I've been doing a lot of reflection on my life. I talked yesterday about the fact Dr. Barbara King, who'd been in ministry for 49 years, she passed at 90. And it's where Hillside International Spiritual Center, I did my first presentation outside of Florida. And it was a God moment. A guy was there who's one of the founders of the National Speakers Association, because I had made up my mind that I was going to finally came on a Greyhound bus. He got lost in Atlanta and decided he wanted to go to a Black church and have a Black church experience. And what are the chances? There I was speaking. He's one of the founders of the National Speakers Association, and he runs up on stage at the end of my presentation, said, "I'm nominating you for the CPAE award." And I said, "What is that?" It's the highest award that the National Speakers Association give out. Now, just think about that. Of all the churches in Atlanta, on this day, he got lost. On this day, I came in on a Greyhound bus to speak, and he was in the audience of all the churches. There's some things that are going to show up for you. I believe that when you are in pursuit of your goal and dream, that you do what you can do, and God will do what you can't do. And there's some magic and there's some power in a made-up mind. When you make up your mind, this is what I'm going to do. When you understand that whatever goal and dream you have is possible, that if anybody had a goal and dream and made it happen, then you could have a goal and dream and make it happen. But what's told to us is, oh, just think positive and be enthusiastic. Everything will work out all right. That's not true. No. Think it not strange that you face the fiery furnaces of this world. What does that mean? You're going to go through some stuff. If you want to get some stuff, you're going to go through some stuff. And I said to someone recently, what will it take for my husband to change? And I said, until the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, he will never change. That's why people say sometimes people have to hit rock bottom. Now, your rock bottom and their rock bottom are two different things. When they get to the point where they say, I've had it. We've all seen people living in a certain situation or something that we felt that was below them, or staying in a relationship that was mentally and emotionally abusive, and they stayed there, and you're wondering how. The pain of staying the same hadn't gotten so bad that they would say, no, I deserve better than this. And that's why you can't talk them out of it. There's something that happens when you stay in a situation that's not you. Darren Benzie wrote a book about living a misplaced life, and most people do, the majority of people living a misplaced life, because it takes courage to say, no, I don't want any parts of this anymore. It takes courage to do that. And so when you stay in a situation that's not you, eventually you will make some adjustments, and there will be a point when you wake up and look in the mirror and ask, who is that looking back at me? Who's that? See, right now, all the conversations about the third wave of the coronavirus. But what we have to look at right now, to me, is decide as you look at your life and going forward, what is it you need to be doing right now? So that when you come out of here, you're at the top of your game. When you come out of here, there's some things, there's some people, there's situations, there are choices and behaviors that you've decided, no. And this next greatest version of myself, this does not fit. Then you're going to start trimming down. Life is like an elevator. The higher you go up, you're going to have to stop and let some people off, some behaviors off, mindsets, and various things that will prevent you from living your greatest life. And you've got to monitor yourself. There's certain things that I just don't let in. Nothing can get in unless it's through the ears or through your eyes. Some things I don't want to watch. Why? Because it's not good for me. Negative energy, negative conversations, they are 100 times more powerful than positive conversations. And they stay in your mind longer. They say, oh, garbage in, garbage out. You're not a computer. Garbage in and it stays and it stinks. It affects your attitude, your energy at the cellular level. And it compromises your energy to be able to go to the next level and the next level and next level. because this thing called life is about evolving into the greatest version of yourself. You don't know what your limits are, so you act like you don't have any. So I'm encouraging you, think about what you want to do right now and get busy. Don't waste time saying, oh, how do I do it? How do I get started? The first step is not asking, how do I get started? How I do it? Make the commitment that you're going to do it. I was sitting around thinking, I don't have a college education. I've never worked for a major corporation. How would I get started? And you'd be surprised. There goes a second. There goes another second. Time is moving faster now. If there's anything the coronavirus should serve notice to all of us on, life is fragile. Life is fragile. Over 200,000 people out of here. Families traumatized, in state of shock. My heart goes out to them. But it shows you it's fragile. And we're living in a time that you have to watch who's around you and where you are going, and is this setting, is it appropriate for you? Is it healthy? I want to see my grandchildren. I can't see them right now because they say children are carriers. I'm 75. I don't believe in God working overtime. I believe in having good sense. I practice social distancing. I'm not listening to the crazies. I'm listening to the scientists and what they say. It's airborne? Great. I'm not going out. I'm staying in. I'm going to honor what's going on in terms of making good choices, being concerned, but not being consumed by fear. And this is a time to work on yourself. This is a time. This is a time of having a strategy to handle the stuff that's going on. If you got children and you got to work from home, come on. You need some help. Just the mental bandwidth, dealing with the kids and all the distractions and your job, and God forbid something going on in your relationships. This is the time we have to have a game plan of how do I maintain my state of mind. About to make me lose my mind up in here, meditating 3 to 4 times a day, just taking 20 minutes just to go out and sit in the car, no place else, or drive by a park and just sit there and say, speak, Lord, thy servant heareth thee. I am at peace. Things are working out for me. Yes, Lord. You got to have a plan for you to pour into you. I've got good music that I listen to. Luther Bonds, God's Grace, Shekinah Glory. Yes, Lord. The things that I listen to, Yolanda Adams, I listen to on a regular basis that strengthen me. Kirk Franklin, things that I listen for on a spiritual level that lift my spirits, that music affects your mood, and motivational messages that I listen to. William Hollis. When I think about Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant and Johnny Wimbrey and all of the various motivational speakers that I've trained and been a mentor to, now they're mentoring me. You want to have a parade of motivational messages that you listen to on a regular basis. I encourage you to get the one, Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. I encourage you to get the one about the bamboo tree. It's possible. You listen to that. That'll get you fired up. Here's the other thing is you look at yourself. This is the attention economy. Did you hear what I just said? It's the attention economy. How to draw attention to yourself. And you get Fast Magazine. They talk about the one indispensable tool that you need to advance your career, to be able to be a voice of influence and make a greater impact, to increase your sales, to grow your business, attract more customers, your ability to communicate. Your ability to communicate. Why do they call this the attention economy? Because it's so crowded. And it's so noisy that you've got to break through to get attention to yourself. That's all politics is about. That's how I won. I was able to break through all the noise to draw more votes than my opponent. Attention. The things you say about yourself and the things you say about your opponent. The things your opponent says about you and the things they say about themselves. And which one's able to attract the most attention, get the most votes, and they win. Steve Jobs knew what he was talking about. Attention is the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world. And so I want you to think in terms of creating the next greatest version of yourself. Don't think in terms of just going out looking for a job. This is not a job economy. This is a place where you want to be busy creating something. You were created by the Creator to create and striking strategic partnerships. Can't make it by yourself today. No. I'm striking partnerships with people who have skills, who have knowledge, who have a reach that I don't have. It's partnerships. That's the name of the game. And when you get that, there are things that you can do eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor is in the heart of mankind what God has in store for you. Here's something else. When you make up your mind of what you want, and I made up my mind that I was going to become a motivational speaker. I made up my mind that I was not going to be put in a box, that I was going to speak to the world. I went through some stuff. But because I was doing what I love to do, a calling is something that you love so much that you do it for nothing, but you do it so well that people will pay you to do it. I enjoyed the journey, and I'm still enjoying the journey. People say, when are you going to retire? Why? I'm 75. I'm still young. I still got the fire in my belly. I've got 15 grandchildren, 4 great-grandsons. My goal is to leave a better world for them than I had. That's why it's time for us to step up. That's why it's time for everybody to chip in, register to vote, and call friends and say, hey, have you voted yet? And talking to family members. The hands of times are trying to be turned back by people of darkness. And so this is no time to be a witness watching. No. This is a time to be engaged. This is a time to be an active force. This is a time to stand up for what you believe in, because you can fall for anything. And there are people, I saw a lady being interviewed, and they ask you, well, what you wearing a cap, and no, not the cap, the mask. And, oh no, I'm not going to do that. What if you die? If I die, I die. See, those are the ones who not get hospital admissions. Oh, you die, good. Would you roll her over there and give her American right to die right over there, and maybe put a little bag over her head so she don't give it to somebody else. Oh, come on. Here's something else. Pour into you. Read 30 to 40 pages of something positive on a regular basis. This book by Patrick Marchi Brown, this is important for young boys. Why? Because this world where we are raising kids who will only see eyeballs and masks. Let's think about that. We're raising a generation of young people who will see eyeballs and masks. That's not normal. You think there's not going to be some fallout? They're talking about the third wave, the flu season. We better be talking about the mental breakdown. This affects intimacy, how people make love. Come on, put your mask on when you make love. That takes all the romance out of it. Wow. There are people that are snapping right now. What's the goal that you have? You know the thing that the coronavirus taught me? You want to do something? Go for it. Don't wait around, because tomorrow's not promised. There are people who procrastinate and put things off, and one bad move in the wrong situation, or taking a deep breath in an area that's polluted with the coronavirus, and you're out of here. And there's some political games going on that we don't have a clue. There's so many games, so many lives that are going on. We don't have a clue. And that's why it's important that you live in the now, that you have a game plan in the now, that you find ways that you work on your goals, ways that you create intimate personal time with your family, and ways that you can pour into you. Helen Keller said life is either a daring adventure or it's boring. And Cheryl Ragland said, you got a goal or a dream, go for it. Go for it. Don't wait around. Go for it. All kind of stuff's happening to interrupt you. And there's a book by William Jackson. I want you to get this book too. It's called When Life Happens. When Life Happens, How to Go from Trap to Triumph. There are a lot of people who feel that they're trapped in poverty. No, you're not. No. I know about poverty. Born in an abandoned building on a floor, the poor section of Miami, Florida. I know about poverty, being adopted and being one of 7 children. I know about poverty, being labeled educable, mentally retarded. I know about poverty working for the Miami Sanitation Department around people who decided that was their destiny. No, define yourself. There's nothing as powerful as a made-up mind. Decide that the life that you are now living is not you and that you're not going to settle for it. But there are a lot of people, they're okay with that. All of us are born unique, but most of us die copies. Some of you want to make a difference. See, I had a choice like most people. In many communities, people who want to make a difference know what they tell them, you need to preach, you need to become a minister. No, I didn't need to do that. I just want to help people. I need some prayer, but I don't want to do that. I don't want that responsibility. I need some help myself. But we give a message out of our mess. You don't have to be perfect. I remember a guy said, how can you do what you're talking about doing? You will never be hired by AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, IBM, Xerox. You'll never be hired by them. They only hire people with the PhDs and the MBAs. You know something my mother taught me? Opinions are like behinds. Everybody has got one. Never let somebody convince you what you can't do, especially if they haven't done it. They don't know you like that. No. Life is to be lived. Life is for living. Most people just survive. You ask most people, how you doing? Oh, I'm making it. I'm okay. Are you okay? You making it? I'm trying to survive. I remember speaking at this school and the lady came up to me. She said, Mr. Brown. I said, yes. She said, my son's not motivated. I said, I wonder why. Oh, come on. This is a time where we are right now. This requires a sense of urgency. This requires being vigilant. The price of freedom is constant vigilance. This is time you are working on yourself to be at the top of your game. This is time to be observant and positioning yourself so you can live a life of no regrets. That when you get ready to leave here, that you won't be regretting anything that you didn't get to do. And how do you do that? By knowing what's in your heart. Your mind will be practical because we've been trained and indoctrinated to be practical and logical and realistic. I'm saying be unreasonable. Judge not according to appearances. You don't know what you can't do. Test yourself. And had I not been willing to do that, I was afraid to come and speak at Hillside International Center here in Atlanta. Never left Florida before that time. Had I not been willing to get on that Greyhound bus to come, at her invitation, Dr. Barbara King, I probably would not be here now. I was scared. Will they accept me? Would I be good enough? Feel the fear and do what you want to do anyhow. Feel the fear. Listen, we've been in uncomfortable situations. It's a new game, it's a new landscape, which requires a new kind of thinking, a new strategy. Trust me on this, you don't know how strong you are until you are tested. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for being. Some things happen to you, but some things happen for you. I can't say that enough. Because they're blessings for you. You've been picked out to be picked on. And all this negative stuff that's going on right now, all the people of darkness and evil and hatefulness that's mobilizing, trying to intimidate you, that doesn't mean anything. What matters is how you face it. Most people forget everything and run, but there's some folks who face stuff and rise. Say, no, I'm not my grandfather or grandmother. No, I'm the wrong one. There are people standing in line for 8, 10, 11, 12 hours to vote. So voter suppression taking place all across the country. You have a game plan to be disruptive, to distract. And we have to have a game plan that says, no, we will not be denied. And be patient, be encouraging, and support each other. In order to create a better world for our children, it requires everything in us. We were chosen for this. I remember being at my desk, and my daughter, Dr. Ona Brown, she called me. She said, Dad, what you doing? I said, just at the desk, just chilling, working on a few things. She said, I'm here waiting, a funeral about to pass. And she said, whoa, wow. I said, what's wrong? Is there an accident? She said, no. A hearse came by, and there was only one car behind it. When I die, I want my life to be so impactful, she said, that there'll be a long procession of cars behind the hearse. When I go, I want, when people come to the cemetery to drop my body into the grave, that the cemetery will be full of people wishing me well on my graduation, on my next step. And I think that's how most people want to go out. Most people only have around 225 people at their funeral. Most people live a non-consequential life. Most people, when they die, in 2 weeks, no one would even know that they were here. Know why you're listening to me? Because you want to live a life of meaning. You feel like what Gerald Jackson's mother said, there is no duplicate for life. Helen Keller said life is either a daring adventure or it's boring. Most people die boring lives. They know the same stuff they know today that they knew 50 years ago and think they know everything. They're not growing. They're not reaching. They're spectators out of this place where we are, coming out on the other end, and it didn't come to stay. It has come to pass. There will be millionaires, there'll be billionaires, and there'll be witnesses. The majority of people are witnesses. They haven't done anything. They're just watching and complaining. There's never been a statue erected to a critic. Anybody can complain. But decide, I'm going to make my life mean something. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Don't allow the circumstances and things that have happened to you define who you are. There's nothing as powerful as a made-up mind. I'm telling you what I know. Push yourself. Challenge yourself. Become a risk taker. Leap and grow your wings on the way down. Viscott said, if you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't become your best. And if you can't become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? I can tell you so many so-called friends and family members told me, give up this idea of becoming a motivational speaker. There are over 3,000 members of the National Speakers Association. Come on, man. Nobody's going to hire you to talk to them. What are you going to talk to them about? About how to live their dreams? Well, you're not living your dream yet. Well, we give a message out of our mess. I can learn some new things. Yeah, oh, man. Here's something I know. There'll be people constantly telling you you can't do something. Why? It's called the crab in the barrel mentality. They're at the bottom with you, looking at you. If you get out, that makes a powerful statement about them in their mind. Misery loves company. And so they're trying to pull you down with your criticism. Don't listen to poor people. Don't listen to people who don't have any more than what you have. Don't listen to people who are not living the life that you want to live. Because if you listen to the life of a person who's living a life of mediocrity, then you get to live their life because their thinking, their knowledge has brought them to where they are. Listen to yourself. That's why we're taught to walk by faith and not by sight. Listen to yourself. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. If you fail, so what? So what? You failed. Okay, next. Come back again. I like what Og Mandino said. He said, I will persist until I succeed. That doesn't make you any less of a person because things have not worked out. They asked Alexander Graham Bell, why after failing 10,000 times you didn't quit? He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that didn't work. You might have failed at some stuff, but you're not a failure. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Some of you got a voice. Some of you want to motivate and inspire people. Some of you want to be coaches. Some of you want to be a person that will inspire people. Invest in you. Put your money where your mouth is. This is your time. This is an incredible time. Don't sit around and talk about how disruptive things are. This computer is a new way of making money now. We're going from brick and mortar to click and order. I speak from home around the world for corporations, for organizations, for churches, all types of events. There are people who are earning millions of dollars on this computer. That Time magazine said in 2007, the computer is the person of the day. Why? It eliminates geography. I'm training speakers and leveraging my name and reputation. We don't have to go rent a hotel room or get on a plane. Can do it right in the safety and comfort of our home. And they said, well, you know, this is going to go through 21. Well, we can make a lot of money between now and 22. Coming out of this will be millionaires, billionaires, and witnesses. Decide that you're not going to be a witness. You will be a millionaire or a billionaire because it's possible. And you've got to decide that it's necessary and that it's you and that it's hard. Life is hard. It's hard, but it's worth it. To do what it is you need to do, it's worth it. To have some gumption about yourself. Frederick Douglass said, why help a man stand up if he does not have enough gumption or mental resolve to lock his knees? When you let him go, his head is going to hit the pavement. See, at the end of the day, it's about you. At the end of the day, you have to say, I've had it. I've had it. I was talking to a friend the other day and she breathing all heavy. And she had to, they told her, walk over to the hospital, Pentagon Hospital. She go there, heart beating. They gave her all kind of tests. Heart about to jump out of her chest. You know why? She's living a misplaced life. They're making her life a living hell and been doing it a long time. I asked her while she's breathing, I said, are you willing to die for the job? Is that job killing you? With your education, your knowledge, and your experience, is it possible? If you bet on you, is it possible that you can have a transition plan to create something that's you, a better environment for yourself? I've had to do that. To be your own boss, it requires sacrifice. It requires courage. And courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the willingness to act in spite of the fear, to bet on you. Got to bet on you. Our children are watching us. It's crazy. It's crazy that we got kids as young as 5 years old to 11 committing suicide because they're watching grown people fretting and biting their nails and feeling fearful. And what am I going to do? And oh my God, I've lost everything. If you're breathing, you haven't lost everything. All success comes twice. First in the mind. You still got your mind? I wondered, Mama, why do y'all say that every Sunday? Thank the Lord for waking me up in my right mind this morning. Why y'all say that every Sunday? Don't worry, son. You live long enough, you find out. Trust me on that one. You find out. I spent all day, I went to Cancer Centers of America, got a good report. I spent all day looking for my passport and my identification and credit cards. Couldn't remember where I put them. I know now why they say, thank the Lord for waking me up in my right mind this morning. I left it in a friend's car. Just put it down for a minute. Now when I put something down, I have to say, I'm putting my comb right here. My Mickey Mouse watch is going here. And then I write it down. In case I'm not in my right mind. Oh my goodness. This is a trip. And the days are going faster. Is that what happened? It's when you get 75, they say life is like a roll of toilet tissue. The closer you get to the end, the faster it runs out. Oh my God. Oh my, no. He didn't go there, did he? Yes, he did. Okay. I wonder if you want to live an adventurous life, if you want to be your own boss, if you want to make an impact, if you want to learn how to use this computer in the safety and comfort of your home to earn more money, because we're going from brick and mortar to click and order, put voice in the comment section. Give me the opportunity to work with that story. And there are people who are watching right now. It saw me last night working with folks' stories. That's my superpower. I can bring that story out. There are people talk about speaking. I speak. I get paid to speak. Industry has shifted to speaking to sell. That's not my skill set. But I'll sell you, on your greatness, so that you bet on you, so you believe in you, so that you can begin to live a more expanded life. You were chosen on purpose. We will never get out of our head and live our greatness until we reverse the lie that we've been told to ourselves over and over again. When you're denied, when you're demonized, when you're dismissed, when you're in that kind of environment with all the other stuff that's going on, no test, no testimony. It makes you strong, baby. It makes you strong, not strong, but strong. Yes, you are powerful. That's why Cheryl Ragland said, go for it. That's why William, let me tell you something. Will is right. Will Jackson, he said, life happens. It happens. And don't go around telling everybody. 80% don't care, and 20% glad it's you. This is your time. I want you to repeat that to yourself. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time. There's more for me to do. God's on my side. All things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. This is my time. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. There's a frequency, there's a power behind spoken words that are believed and expected and action backed up. Some incredible stuff can come out of that. You were born for this time. Don't worry about all the negative on. What you focus on the longest will be stronger. You will multiply in your life. Find a way to win. Look at the blessings and focus on that. And if they're not there, create them because you have the power to do that. We were born to create by the Creator. I'm looking for a small number of people who want to tell their story, who want to build their business, who want to take their lives to the next level, who'd like to earn a living with their voice and their story. Put your money where your mouth is. I can't afford to do it. You can't afford not to do it. Bet on you. Most people, they buy what they want and beg for what they need. Bet on you. Don't teach what you don't know and don't lead where you don't go. Bet on you. Life is serving you notice. It's coming for all of us. It's a part of the process. Pain, sickness, denials of all types, foreclosures, being fired, divorces going up, opiate use increased, liquor stores are selling out. Why? There are people who feel, I can't handle it. You can handle it. But if you keep on saying that, there's power in the spoken word. In the beginning was the word. Monitor your word and monitor your thinking. We can't control the thoughts that come in our mind, but we can control the thoughts that we dwell on. You were born to win. And you have just got to say to yourself, who I used to be, there's no place for him or her now. You must be like Paul. I must die daily. This is the time you've got to die daily to who you've been, to who you are to become, because who you've been won't fit into this world. This world. The life that you now have has been produced by the thoughts that you now possess. In order to go higher, you've got to upgrade your thinking, upgrade your relationships, and have goals beyond your comfort zone. Leap and grow your wings on the way down. Something else, I cannot emphasize this more. Put yourself in a community of like-minded people. That's the reason they built shopping malls. You want to be in a community of people who want more, people that are growing, people who are developing themselves mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Separate your people. Separate them. People who are just for entertainment purposes, good. People who just like to socialize, good. Do that with them. But your money-making people, your bread and butter people, the people that if you call them in the middle of the night and say, I need you, they ask, where are you? You want to spend more time with your bread and butter people, looking out for them as they look out for you. There are people always there when they need you, but when you need them, you can't find them. I'm 75. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Bring up your energy. You got to live life like you mean it. Like you mean it. I can't tell you. I see these young people today, they just want it yesterday. They have no idea. This thing called life, it's some kind of wonderful. I know Aretha Franklin say, sometimes I look back and wonder how I got over. Because life has something for you. Well, Les, what are you talking about? Don't worry. You will be served notice. You just keep on living. You'll find out. I'm looking for a few people that's ready for a change. I'm looking for a few people that's ready to sprint with me to the end of the year. I'm looking for just a few, not a lot of people, because most people are not serious. Just a few people that are hungry, that want to sprint and finish the year strong. We're in October, middle of October. We want to finish the year strong and get a jump start on 2021. I'm excited about that. 3 times 7 is 21. 7 is my lucky number. I'm looking for some people that are hungry. People that are hungry get their hustle on. People that are hungry are relentless. People that are hungry operate at a different energy. People that are hungry are busy going for their goals. People that are hungry make their move before they're ready. People that are hungry know you will fail your way to success. People that are hungry build a life of success on slammed doors in their face and phones hung up on them and being told no again and again and again. But because they were hungry, they were able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. That's what I'm looking for. Now I decided to speak. I decided I'm not going to be that's one of these 3,000 in the National Speakers Association. My goal is to be a dominant speaker, to change lives, to inspire people, to touch them, to disrupt their thinking. There's some people, some of you have been listening to me when you were little teeny weenies. They say, he's still here, but his hair wasn't that long. Oh my goodness, I told my barber he has to keep a social distance from me. I'm kid and play. I want you, if you like having a good time, if you like learning, if you have a story, if you have some experience, this is the attention economy. People are asking, who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? I will show you how I earn millions of dollars doing what I love to do, helping people. Put voice in the comment section. Put voice right down in the comment section. And you know some people who have a voice, who have the gift of gab, who love to help people. And they need to have something that allows them to transition out of a job that they hate and at the same time cringing that they don't get fired. That's what you call mixed emotions. Put voice in the comment section. You have something special. have greatness in you. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. Put voice in the comment section. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bye for now. Oh boy, this thing called life, I love it.